First in high definition from the station on your side, this is WAVY News 10.
Some Suffolk residents concerned about horses being mistreated contacted 10 on Your Side.
We sent Katie Collette to get answers in this 10 on Your Side exclusive. And Katie, you confronted the landowner?
That's right, Nicole. He didn't have a lot to say about the two horses on his property, except that they don't belong to him, and their care and conditions aren't really his concern.
In the Manning Farms neighborhood in Suffolk stand many healthy horses, cared for and loved. But on one piece of land, two horses have the town talking.
What my concern was there's no shelter. When we hit that hurricane, to my knowledge, the horse was over there, but no shelter whatsoever.
A neighbor couple didn't want to be identified, but worries about the horse's treatment.
We noticed there wasn't any shelter over there, and didn't look like there was any water over there.
Other neighbors tell us they're concerned the horses are too thin, ribs showing, bones protruding from hindquarters.
Do you see any problems with them?
I'm sorry, I cannot speak on that.
As we looked at the horses, property owner Camilo Delfinato showed up.
Well, if they're on your property, though, does it concern you that folks are worried that they're malnourished?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not concerned about it because somebody's there.
That somebody, a couple living on Delfinato's land.
I cannot tell you who owns it.
Do you know who owns it? You just won't tell us?
I won't tell you because they're helping me maintaining the grass down here.
Helping Delfinato care for his land, but is anyone caring for the horses?
Oh, I don't really care whether the horses will be here or not. It's okay with me.
You don't care if the horses are here or not?
No, I don't.
Do you care if they live or die?
I'm sure I cannot say anything about it anymore.
Now, Delfinato says the owners bring water to the horses twice a day, but when I asked him to show me the proof, he refused. Meanwhile, this is not the first time neighbors had concerns about the welfare of animals on Delfinato's property. We'll talk about that new at 6. Katie Collette, 10 on Your Side.
According to a Suffolk spokesperson, a local vet checked on the horses in September and found one had a condition causing it to burn more calories than normal. The owner was instructed to give it more feed to help it gain weight. We're told a follow-up by a different vet happened just moments ago.
Well, police now say a baby's body found at the ocean front is that of an 11-month-old reported missing last month. Janiah Whiteman disappeared while in the care of Lawrence Smith, and Janiah's mother made a tearful plea for her daughter's return after getting out of jail. Police arrested Smith, then they found Janiah's body on Atlantic Avenue. Smith is charged with child abuse and neglect and the illegal disposal of a body. The medical examiner has not released how the baby died.
Norfolk police are investigating an overnight homicide. Officers found 23-year-old Leon Thornton shot just after midnight inside his home on Wyoming Avenue. That's in the Coleman Place area. Investigators say Thornton's injuries were not believed to be life-threatening, but he died several hours after having surgery. Detectives don't have information about a suspect.
Police in Virginia Beach found a convicted bigamist dead in his apartment 3 days before he was to be sentenced for that crime. Now this is Isaac Costello Jr. Tonight, his fourth and final wife speaks only to 10 on Your Side's Andy Fox. Andy?
Tom, police have not said how Isaac Costello Jr. died. Jolynn Nassar says she was told by a detective Costello died of a drug overdose. Nassar says Costello was a smooth talker. He showered her daughter Shannon Denton with presents and money. Isaac first told the family his name was Wayne. Nassar says that was just another lie on top of many other lies to follow. Jolynn Nassar keeps a daily journal. The most troubling entries are the ones about her daughter Shannon's relationship with Isaac Costello.
He tried to break the family up in the 4 months or 5 months that I met him.
Nassar disliked Costello so much she has no pictures of her daughter and Costello together. She calls him controlling.
Didn't want her to see the family anymore because we were against him. You know, especially after I found out about the bigamy.
The bigamy. After her daughter married Costello, all the family found out the truth. He was married to 3 other women, and one had died.
Shannon called and found out her husband is still married. He committed bigamy. So she is not married.
After Shannon found out about the bigamy, she kicked Costello out of their apartment.
She got her locks changed and a protective order, so he can't go near her or her family. Sometimes she has no sense.
But then Shannon took back Costello, a move her mother to this day still does not understand.
I was so upset I wanted to just shake her and say,
What are you doing?
What are you thinking?
Then on Saturday morning, Nassar gets a dreaded phone call from her son. Come to Shannon's apartment quick. Someone's dead. The loneliest trip Nassar has ever taken.
It was awful. It was devastating. That ride over there. I thought she had died.
Tonight at 6, what Jolene Nassar found when she got to her daughter's apartment. Who was dead and who was alive. And you'll hear the calls from Isaac and Shannon to Nassar. One says, please accept me. The other says, leave us alone. I'll have that part of the story tonight on WAVY News 10 at 6.
Well, the unseasonable temperatures we have, they're moving out. That means colder weather is moving in.
The mercury will start to drop tomorrow morning. Chief Meteorologist Don Slater is in the Super Doppler 10 Weather Center with details for us. How cold is it going to get, Don?
Well, I think we're going to start out the day real nice, and in terms of temperature anyway. But we are going to see a little bit of rain, and then we're going to see temperatures drop during the afternoon. I want to show you what's going on right now at Super Doppler 10 Live. There's some widely scattered rain, mainly out off to our southwest. Nothing real big thus far. And really, it's not going to be that big in terms of rainfall during the day coming up for tomorrow. But we want to show you how much rain we're expecting. Really, and most of this is going to happen tomorrow from the noon hour onward, where we could see up to around 2/10 of an inch of rainfall into the area. The heavier rain, over an inch, will fall well to the west. Now, right now, we've got temperatures into the mid-60s to around the 70-degree mark after highs again into the low 70s today. Now we get to the temperatures. Tomorrow morning at 7, still fairly mild, 62, 63. And look at this. It's at the noon hour, basically mid-60s to around 70, but by 3 o'clock, temperatures drop 56, 57 degrees, and it continues on down into Tuesday morning, and we're going to end up with temperatures well below normal coming up after temperatures well above normal for the past 4 days. Tell you more about that with our forecast in just a few minutes.
Chesapeake police arrested 4 people they say attacked a former NFL linebacker. We reported last month a group of teens beat 71-year-old Ed Beard while he was riding his bike in Chesapeake. Police are not releasing the suspects' names because they are all under 18, but each is charged with malicious wounding and malicious assault by a mob. They are being held in the Chesapeake Juvenile Services Center.
Hampton police are searching for 2 suspects in a Pizza Hut robbery. Detectives say 2 men walked into the West Mercury Boulevard restaurant at around 10 Tuesday night and robbed it at gunpoint. The suspects ran out with the cash. No one was hurt. Police say speed contributed to the motorcycle crash that killed a Norfolk-based sailor. 24-year-old Michael Martin died when he lost control on a curve on Craig's Causeway near Indian Creek Road. The accident happened around 11 Sunday morning. Martin was stationed aboard the USS Winston Churchill. Police are still investigating.
John Hinckley, the man who shot President Reagan, will make a case for his freedom this week. He wants to be released to his 85-year-old mother in Williamsburg. Prosecutors plan to testify Wednesday that he's too devious to be freed from a psychiatric ward. Hinckley has a driver's license and is allowed more than a week-long visit with his mother at times. Hinckley was found not guilty by reason of insanity in the 1981 shooting and was committed to a D.C. hospital.
The skies over Virginia Beach and Chesapeake will be louder this week. Squadrons based at NAS Oceana will conduct more flight operations at Naval Auxiliary Landing Field Fentress in Chesapeake and at Oceana in Virginia Beach. The increase in operations during the day and night is necessary for training to prepare for deployment and to prepare for the upcoming temporary closure of Fentress. Also in today's military headlines, an aircraft carrier celebration. We'll show you the special service in honor of USS Enterprise's 50th birthday tonight on WAVY News 10 at 5:30.
The Norfolk Mail Distribution Center is on the chopping block. Tonight at 5:30, why some say it could delay the already slow mail service.
Protecting your pockets. We'll have tips to keep you safe this Cyber Monday and beyond.
Health experts say there's a new flu virus, but are you at risk for catching it? We're on your side with details.
You're watching WAVY News 10 at 5 with Tom Shad, Nicole Ribas, and Super Doppler 10 Chief Meteorologist Don Slater.
General Motors promises free loaner cars to Chevrolet Volt owners. That's because the government's investigating fires involving the Volt's lithium-ion batteries. GM says it'll contact the owners to reassure them the cars are safe, but it's making an offer so Volt owners don't lose confidence in the vehicle.
Health officials say they are on alert for a new strain of swine flu. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says the virus started in pigs, then spread to humans. This month it infected 3 Iowa children who attended the same gathering but did not have any known contact with pigs. 10 other Americans have gotten sick from the same strain since July. Experts say it's not uncommon for swine flu viruses to pass on to humans. The CDC says this strain will likely not spread like the 2009 swine flu. Many kids don't have the shots required to attend public school. An Associated Press report found in 8 states, more than 1 in 20 kindergartners skip vaccinations. Alaska's opt-out rate is the highest. Virginia and North Carolina are not among the states with increased exemption numbers. With the growing trend, health officials are worried about outbreaks of diseases that once were all but stamped out. Rules for exemptions vary by state and can include medical, religious, or, in some states, philosophical reasons.
Look at Frosty go to the police station. We'll tell you why this snowman felt the heat.
From stores to cyberspace, millions are shopping online today. It's an opportunity for criminals to do harm. We're on your side to keep your financial information safe this season.
And a look at a return to reality. First coming in the form of some rain, and there is some cooler air out there as well. We're even getting snow in parts of the northern Gulf Coast states. We'll tell you what we can expect coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, the constant drumbeat of consumer austerity is drowned out by ringing registers. That was the tune this Black Friday weekend. The National Retail Federation reports record sales, an estimated $52 billion in online and in-store sales. That's $7 billion over last year. An estimated 226 million shoppers visited stores and websites this weekend, and Cyber Monday's not over yet. A click away to spending cash. Deals and discounts lured millions of shoppers for Cyber Monday.
And as you continue spending tonight and this holiday season, 10 on your side's Melanie Woodrow has some online safety tips to keep you safe. Melanie?
That's right. It's not too late to spend. Of course, online shopping can be great for saving money, but it can also, unfortunately, be great for scams. And that's why you can save yourself some heartache this holiday season with a few simple tips.
If crowds aren't your thing, shopping on your computer may be.
The madness takes place on computer servers as opposed to in physical retail.
So as not to compromise security with convenience, a little personal responsibility will go a long way when purchasing, starting with your password.
Use a password that's at least 8 characters long, and that is a mixture of numbers, letters, special characters, and doesn't include any real words that you would find in a dictionary.
Switch it up and steer clear of passwords that include personal information like your home address. A deal is a deal unless it's a steal. Never give out your credit card information in exchange for an unsolicited free or sale offer. Also, legitimate sites won't ask for your financial information via pop-up or email.
One click, all you got to do is press this button and you purchase something. Well, that's a hacker's heaven right there.
Gift cards are great if they're not fake, so buy them from sources you trust rather than auction sites. And read the fine print. The privacy policy may be long, but it also lets you know what personal information a website collects and shares.
And if you use a laptop, one last tip, be careful where you take that laptop to do any online shopping. Those public Wi-Fi spots that you use might not necessarily be secure. Coming up tonight, new at 6, I'll let you know why using a desktop may actually be a safer option than using a laptop or any other mobile device. In the newsroom, Melanie Woodrow, 10 on your side.
Authorities from Immigration and Customs Enforcement, along with the FBI, seized the domain names of 150 websites accused of selling counterfeit or pirated merchandise. ICE says the sites sold sports jerseys, golf equipment, and DVDs and other items. The websites will now greet visitors with a seizure banner that notifies them of the federal action and informs them that a copyright infringement is a federal crime.
Now, in high definition, your Super Dot for 10 forecast with Chief Meteorologist Don Slater.
Oh boy, change is coming. And
yeah, and it's so nice. You don't really want to be stuck inside doing the Cyber Monday shopping.
November 28th?
I guess you could take your laptop out to the park, though, and shop. There you go. There's a solution.
I was going to say, November 28th
shop from your
doesn't
phone.
really...
They got Wi-Fi at parks now?
Yeah, some of them.
Oh,
Town Point Park has it.
Oh,
downtown.
really?
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Because
I'm not going to do that.
Because we live near there.
Yeah,
near there.
Yeah, and we're looking at some big changes. It's going to feel a lot more like late November coming up in the next couple of days. Now, as far as rainfall, there's a little bit of scattered light rainfall well on off to the west and southwest, but there's a lot more rainfall way out off to the southwest, and we are going to see some of that. We're likely to see around, at most, around 1/4 of an inch of rainfall into the area. And it's not going to dominate our entire day, but it's the kind of thing where bring an umbrella. You're going to need it tomorrow. You might not need it right away tomorrow morning, but also bring a jacket because by the time you get home in the afternoon, it'll be substantially cooler. Here's what's going on. There's a cold front out there, and the rain, mostly light rain, and this is going to be a real slow-moving, low-pressure area. It'll move northeastward. That front will kind of back its way on into the area with some scattered rain, and it will indeed cool off later on tomorrow and into the day on Wednesday. So reality is going to return. It's not going to be hugely colder, but we are going to see a significant temperature drop from what we've had. I mean, we've had temperatures into the low to mid 70s over the past 4 days. Thanksgiving Day was 60 degrees, and then the rest of the days, every afternoon, we topped off into the low 70s across much of the area. A few stray clouds going on right now into the area as far as rainfall. Again, most of it's way out off to the southwest. And even by 9 o'clock this evening, we'll see cloud cover, but as far as rainfall, again, that's going to be on off to the southwest, but it's going to start moving in. Winds will start picking up a bit overnight, 10 to 15 mile-an-hour winds. At 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, we could see some of these stray rain showers into the area, but a better shot at some rain as this front moves on into the region by around noon. 15, 25 mile-an-hour winds just ahead of the cool front, and from noon on, we're likely to see some rainfall into the area, but coming to an end by the time by around 7 o'clock for most of the area. Southwest winds at 10 miles an hour, 10 mile-an-hour winds at the midnight hour tomorrow night, and lots of sunshine to start the day, but cooler on Wednesday. As we are Wednesday morning at 7, Wednesday at the noon hour, light southwesterly breeze, and a little more cloud cover moving in for the afternoon hours coming up on Wednesday. Again, the biggest thing going on is going to be the temperature. Tomorrow morning, not bad, 62, 65, and by the noon hour, mid-60s to around 70. So not bad at all by the noon hour, but after that, it drops pretty rapidly, 53, 55, 57, and there's where we are by Wednesday morning, 36 to 40 degrees. So again, we are looking at substantially cooler weather to be moving in tomorrow afternoon. Right now, we've got partly cloudy skies, temperatures into the 60s after highs into the mid-70s for today. Still 70 in Suffolk, otherwise mostly into the mid-60s during the afternoon hours for today. Again, a few spots with near 70 degrees, but most of us into the 60s for right now. Overnight, we drop on down, not all that much, only into the low 60s, and then start rising with a chance of dawn, rain toward dawn. Better shot at some rain, though, tomorrow afternoon. Look at the temperature drop at 9-10 degrees between noon and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So 67 by the noon hour, but then dropping from there on in. Otherwise, temperatures mostly in the 50s thereafter.
A truck overturned on the interstate. The people inside were pinned. We're going to show you what happened when other drivers came to the rescue.
A disturbing audio tape surfaced in the Syracuse University sex abuse scandal tonight at 5:30. Hear why a family member of the assistant basketball coach possibly knew about the alleged abuse. The deadline has passed for Wall Street protesters in 2 major cities to leave their encampment. In Los Angeles, hundreds of protesters remained in the park in front of City Hall hours after the deadline for them to move had passed. Officers stood by in riot gear and blocked several streets when demonstrators started to interfere with traffic. Police arrested 4 people for failure to disperse. Protesters continue to occupy Philadelphia. Look at this. City ordered demonstrators to remove their campsite at City Hall by 5 p.m. Sunday. City officials offered the protesters another site where they will not be able to camp out.
A dramatic rescue is caught on tape in California. This is a pickup truck that rolled over Sunday on I-10 just east of L.A. The California Highway Patrol made it to the scene just as several drivers, watch this now, see what they're doing? They lifted the truck and they pulled a female passenger to safety. No word, though, on how this crash happened.
The cost of Christmas. Find out the price you'll have to pay for all 12 days.
And it's never too early to start planning your next vacation. Why today is a great day to book your summer trip at 5:30.
Fellows on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hi, check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Frosty the Snowman wasn't a jolly, happy soul this weekend in Maryland. Police arrested a man in a Frosty costume Saturday during a Christmas parade. Look at that. 52-year-old Kevin Walsh is accused of scuffling with officers and kicking a police dog. Walsh says an officer harassed him after he made a remark about the dog. He's facing charges of assault and disorderly conduct.
The real Frosty would not have kicked a dog. If the 12 days of Christmas are on your true love's wish list, it will cost you more than 100 grand. That's right, financial services group PNC added up the price of the 364 items repeated in all the song's verses. It would cost $101,119, $3,000 more than last year. Buying just one set of each verse in the song will cost you $24,263. The gifts that saw the biggest price increases were the partridge and the turtle doves. I thought everything was going up. Well, the Capitol Christmas tree arrived in Washington, D.C. this morning. It stands 65 feet. The 118-year-old Sierra white fir was cut down earlier this month. It came from California, and it made a 4,500-mile trip across the country on the back of a flatbed truck. And by the way, it stopped here in Newport News Friday. Crews will put the tree on the west front of the Capitol grounds. The Capitol tree lighting ceremony is coming up. It's set for December 6th. Stay with us. WAVY News 10 at 5:30 starts right now.